Welcome to episode 13 of Turning Tracks. My name is Kris.
And I'm Matt.
And we're here to talk about the music that we love. It's the 1-year anniversary of this show, and Matt and I have decided that since this is a show about the music we love, we should talk about the music we helped create. This month is my turn, and we're going to dive into a world of brown clothes, dinosaurs, and me hitting various drums with sticks. Grab your electrified chocolate, because today we listen to the music of Schocholautte. Well, hi there, Matt.
Hi there, Kris.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Happy 1-year anniversary.
Happy 1-year anniversary indeed, sir.
Yeah, this is something I've been looking forward to for a little while now, and I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go, but it's definitely running your previous episode where you did a nice short band history. These are a bit more personal, right? Because we have this is a time where we have firsthand knowledge. So,
yeah.
Excuse me. For anyone new to the show, here's how this works. Each episode, either Matt or myself picks a band or an artist. That person then has to choose 10 tracks and 10 tracks only that they believe best represent the band or artist. We listen to them, discuss them, and that's how it goes. Since this is our 1-year anniversary, we will be talking about a band that I was a part of for a number of years, which I look back on as some of the most fun I think I've ever had in my life. Well, I guess I would ask you what your personal history is with this band, but I would be shocked to find if there was any.
I know the drummer. He's a pretty rad guy.
Fair enough. All right, here we go. This is going to be my history story for you. To my knowledge, this is how this went. I'm old and forgetful, so I apologize if the details are a bit fuzzy. Sometime on or around the year 2008, a rather brilliant young man named Michael P. decided he wanted to start a rock band. He found a bass player named Artie from Thailand. He found a bass player from Thailand named Artie Tan, who had taught himself just enough English to move to the US in hopes of becoming a musician. At some point, it was decided that the band needed a theremin player, and they found a girl named Lauren Ahern to fill that role. There was also a drummer, but we'll get back to that in a minute. The band's visual aesthetic was also integral to its personality, which included bizarre illustrations by Michael and some truly incredible photography by Haley Jane. God, I can't talk.
It's all right. It's overrated.
In addition to a theremin, it was decided that the band was in need of a rhythm guitarist. They decided to hold auditions, and Lauren, who was a close friend of my girlfriend at the time / now wife, Karen, knew I was a musician. She gave me the band's demo and told me that I should audition, and reluctantly agreed. I loved playing music, and while I didn't think I'd get into the band because I'm not exactly a great guitar player, I thought it would be a fun experience to go out there and try, especially since I thought the demo was pretty darn great. So I hoofed it to Brooklyn. I lived in North Jersey at the time, and met up with the band to play guitar, which I don't think I ever got the chance to do. We were all waiting around for the drummer, who was apparently notoriously unreliable. After waiting for a while, Lauren mentioned that I was actually a drummer, and not wanting them to waste any more precious rehearsal space time, I told them I'd fill in on drums so they could practice, with the caveat that I had only listened to the demo a couple of times, and I hadn't practiced the drums at all. We played one song, and I was certain that I had done something wrong, because after the song was done, everyone was looking around with this confused look on their faces. Michael, Haley, Lauren, and Artie all huddled up, and when they were done, they asked me if I'd like to be the band's new drummer, because, well, apparently I did a pretty good job, and they didn't like their current drummer all that much anyway.
Fantastic!
After a handful of shows, it was mutually decided that the band did not need a theremin player, and we became a trio. The band was called Schocholautte, which we eventually bought the domain worstbandnamedever.com on a lark. We painted my drum set and all our amps brown, and we all wore brown to our shows. We recorded one studio album produced by Dean Baltalonis, who had worked with a number of other bands, including the Hold Steady. We went on tour to South by Southwest, played a ton of shows all over New York, and genuinely had a good time. Unfortunately, I was a problem. I was getting married, I was a full-time retail manager, and I lived in North Jersey. At a certain point, my life became too much of a strain on the band, and we came to the conclusion that my involvement was holding Michael, Artie, and Haley back. Our final show as a trio was at my wedding, and we parted ways amicably. Or at least I hope so. Michael and Artie replaced me with a girl named Kayleen and decided to take the band in a radically different direction. In order to not create any confusion, they got rid of just about everything relating to my tenure in the band from the internet, meaning the album we recorded only exists now for those that bought it. I should probably upload it to my YouTube channel or something just for posterity. Schocholautte released one more album called I Hate You with their new sound, which, if I'm being totally honest, I wasn't a very big fan of, and at some point they all went their separate ways. Michael was the band, though, and he's one of the most talented people I've ever met. He was a remarkable musician, a hell of a frontman, a crazy good artist, and he could crank out 10 better songs than I could ever write in the time it would take me to write just one. He's currently working on art stuff nowadays. He and Haley got married, and they have at least one kid. I think they have one, maybe two. I don't remember, but the fact is that he is the fact that he is not a super successful musician is a tragedy as far as I'm concerned. That's the story of Schocholautte, which it's spelled Schocholautte. I'll cover something more along those lines during one of the songs. As Michael put it, it would be like if you electrified chocolate. Was the idea of the name of the songs, the name of the band. So yeah, at the time, if you Google searched Schocholautte, spelled like us, we would be the only thing that came up. So I guess
pretty smart.
In that way, it was a fairly ingenious situation. So I guess we should get started, eh?
Please and thank you.
Okay, so the first song that we're going to be listening to is and has always been my favorite song this band ever did. Now, I can't stress enough, Michael was the band. He was the singer, the songwriter, artist. He did all the stuff. He wrote all of the music. And then me and Artie just kind of added our own touches to like the bass lines and drums that he had already come up with. And all injected our own personality. But so this is all like very much Michael's stuff. I'll point out when I had any sort of actual like structural difference to a song. But this first one actually comes from the EP, the Schocholautte EP, which was the band's demo that I got in order to go to that audition. This song's called Memorial Day. It's extraordinarily catchy, and as far as I know, it is Michael doing all of the parts in this, and I love this recording. I love this whole EP. We actually redid one or two of the songs from this EP when we actually did to record our studio album. But there's a real charm to this original recording that I've never been able to shake. It's not easily duplicated. It's just like, it's so perfectly of a time. But anyway, this is Memorial Day by Schocholautte, one of my favorite songs. Enjoy.
On a holiday, drink a fair amount of sleep. In the morning you wake up and you won't find me writing letters I can't send to the whore and Mexican. It's Memorial Day, haven't slept well for a week, and all the time I spent with you I've left
That was Memorial Day by Schocholautte. I love that song so very much. It's so catchy. I love the lyrics, and I just love the sound of it. It's got such a very specific, from that time period, independently recorded, all pieced together by yourself kind of sound that's always just fills my heart with joy. But yeah, I love that song to tears. How did that grab you?
First observation is this is absolutely a Kris song. It has the vibe that I tie specifically to you. It definitely is of a time period. I mean, I love anyone that can multi-track themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, here's my demo. I did everything on it. The very first Foo Fighters record was all Dave Grohl.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, I think it's one of the best records ever created. But that being said about them, I can see the immense talent just in this one song alone. I can hear the way that, I hear it in the way it's put together and orchestrated. I hear the way like the bass moves a bit. It's. I can absolutely see why when you received it, you were like, yeah. I think I need to do something with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to make the long haul, from North Jersey and stuff. But it's really good. It's really well done.
Sweet. Well, I mean, the rest of the song that we opened with on the episode is called "Oh My Dear." It's a lot less, I guess, conventionally catchy than Memorial Day, where it's like, major chords and happiness, which is kind of like my usual thing. Regardless of the part that everyone should die alone is a whole big part of the middle there.
Well,
Oh My Dear is Oh My Dear. I wanted to properly include in this episode, but we never really did a great recording of that. Oh My Dear was our show closer. And we would play the hell out of it. I'm going to link in the show notes to a YouTube video of us performing it at a house party that's like 10 minutes long of just going completely ballistic on this song. It was so much fun to play, but the none of the actual recordings I have of it, I think, do it any kind of justice. So I decided to make the show opener. But yeah, that was the other one off of that EP. But now we're going to move on to Oodles of Charm. This was our studio album recorded in 2009. I'm going to play a handful of tracks off of that. The first one is actually the opening song. It's called Mercedes Benz. It's got a part towards the end that was super fun for us to figure out how to get on the same track with, because it involves math. It's like,
okay.
Michael really liked to do these things musically where there would be some sort of like math involved of like, do this many times and then do this many times in response to it. This one has like the most overt one of them where we do something and the number of times we do it increases every time until we finally wrap it all back together again. But this album was a heck of an experience to record. I mean, being in like a real professional studio with a real professional producer and all that. I don't think he liked me very much. The producer, yeah, Dean Baltalonis. I don't think he cared much for me because I was not a very artsy musician type, whereas like Michael's super down to earth, but he could definitely
talk the talk.
He could talk the talk because he was that, 100%. And Artie was just oozed cool. He barely spoke any English and he was just cool all the time. But yeah, I don't think Dean liked me very much. But that's just my personal experience. But what's amusing about this is that he agreed to do the album based on this one song called Haley Please, which we all thought was kind of odd because it's a great song, but it was like he was like, I'm going to make this one into a hit. This is the one. And like, I'll do this record, but the only caveat is you can choose all the other songs, but we have to record this one. It's like that's the rule. And we're like, all right, cool. Well, let's do it. So the ones I'm not even including it in here. It was by far my least favorite recording we came out with.
And that's probably why he hated you. You went up against no. I'm absolutely kidding.
I don't think he knew that I wasn't crazy about it, but it was like after we were done recording the album, and like every time Haley Please would come and be like, I don't think this is the best version of this song that we've ever done. And that kind of makes me sad. But the rest of it, I think, came out great. So anyway, this is called Mercedes-Benz. It's the first track off Oodles of Charm. It's a pretty amusing song. Enjoy. That was Mercedes-Benz by Schocholautte off of our debut album, Oodles of Charm. What'd you think?
That's really well done. That I could have absolutely seen that or heard that as a single on the radio. Like,
aw, thank you. I always thought so too.
There's a moment here, and this is more about me than it is about you. There was a moment there where I sat and I said, "Oh hell, I feel moderately inadequate now. And we'll discuss why later. Because really, truthfully, whatever you guys spent on this recording and just based on this one track alone, it's fantastic. Like, just first on a sonic level, there's a great job in the mixing and the mastering of this. It absolutely sounds like, now I don't want to say bands that are similar, but it has the same qualities. Like it's there, right? And I don't know if maybe, I'll talk about this when my turn comes. But I always think like, man, if all we needed was that one thing, that one little break, and it would have been the deluge. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This song, to me, if I heard this song anywhere, I'd be like, yeah, who are these guys? This is a really good song. These guys are going to go somewhere. You know
God,
what I mean?
I wish we did. I believed in this band so much. I believed in Michael 100,000%. Like, he was just ridiculously good at this stuff, and like watching him and being part of this whole experience in the studio with him was really wild, because like listening to him and Dean go back and forth on these, like, you know, adding the like ooze in the background or something, or like adding a clap here and there. Like, Dean did a really amazing job with kind of like bringing these kinds of things that you can only really do in a studio to our music that we had never even considered before. It was a really wild experience. But that would thank you for the kind words. I mean, not that they're for me specifically, but
of course
that was my drumming. That's me.
You are the representative of the band today.
Indeed.
Yeah, and actually, I started to laugh a little bit because I absolutely heard what you were talking about in the ending with the math part. Mm-hmm. I was like, at first I was like, wow, okay, this is going on for a while. Okay. And then you start to change it. Oh, okay, I see it.
That would happen live, you'd see people in the audience being like, what's happening? And then like, you'd see like one or two people be like, wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see what they're doing. And then on 6, we just get back to the song.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that's a tight drum roll to get back in there.
Oh, thank you.
Fantastic.
That took some practice, but I imagine we worked that out.
I will always sing the praise of a drummer. As a bass player, I will always sing the praise of a good drummer. So,
well, I hope you enjoy this next one, because this was one of my most enjoyable songs to drum, and I came up with the drums on this one. I'm pretty sure I came up with the drums. Yeah, this was me. Like, Michael gave me the basic idea of what he wanted, and I was really happy with what I came up with. This song's called "Spin the Bottle." There's a part where you can hear a bunch of girls in the background saying "Hey," and my wife is one of them, which is pretty cool. That was a fun day recording in the studio. This song is so much fun to play. I love playing this one. So yeah, let's just listen to it. Here is "Spin the Bottle." Enjoy.
Look out. But it all just got so out of hand, and you
is Spin the Bottle by Schocholautte. Michael really liked feedback.
You know, and if you do it tastefully, it's fantastic. I was going to make a comment about when the solo is about to rip.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You get that big blast. I like that, though.
Oh, I love that.
I find with music like this in this genre and stuff, it works really, really well. There's a couple metal bands that I listen to too, like Lamb of God, which I'm 100% positive you didn't think I was going to say during this episode.
True.
Does stuff like that. You get that quick like guitar rip like vroom, into the solo, and you're like, oh yeah, here we go. But it's done really well. This is a really good song. I gotta say, so far, of the Oodles of Charm EP, really infectious. Like, again, whatever you guys spent on this was money well spent. Like the meeting of the minds between Mike, which I'm getting to see what you're talking about, how like incredibly talented he is, and then of course with the right producer, with the right engineers, like you can really do wonderful things. And this is a really well put together piece of music.
Yeah, the haze, that was all Dean. that was such a fun idea. And then when you hear the girls come back for the last time, a thick glass bottle, it's like, I always thought that was a really cool touch too. God, this band was fun. We were good, man. We were a good band. And yes, we spent all of our money on this album. It was, we cleared out all of our bank accounts to make this happen. And I don't regret it for a minute, because I went and dug out a physical copy because I couldn't find pictures anywhere, because I knew I would need to do episode art. And there was a picture that we used of us on the back of the album. And it's just not on the internet anywhere. Like, if you do a Google search for Schocholautte Oodles of Charm, nothing comes up. Like,
that's a shame.
It's wild to me that you can even do a Google search for a series of words and nothing shows up. That just doesn't seem right. But yeah, that's a big bummer for me. But I still have mine, so there it is. And yeah, I loved playing this song. This song was a blast to play, and we should move on to the next one. So this next song is called Gone. I go back and forth. There was two versions of this one recorded. One was on that original EP, which I think is darn near perfect. But this version has some really amazing stuff in it that's not on the EP version, because, here we are, and now it's us as a band, not just Michael doing things. So it's like my drum beat to this song and all this extra stuff that was added in the studio. It's really wild. I think the thing that bothers me about this is that in the mix for this, I did this kind of repeating open hi-hat, and I think it's way too loud. Other than that, I love this recording of this song, which is another really catchy song. But yeah, so I apologize for the really loud open hi-hat during the verses. It was not my intention. If it were up to me, I would have made that considerably quieter, or actually probably not even done it at all. It was, this was early on in my time in the band where I was trying to be impressive, so I would like add extra flourishes and stuff where I don't think they were necessary. So that's just me overanalyzing my own drums. But, this is Gone by Schocholautte, an incredibly catchy song. If you listen, there's a part, so we had a bunch of other people in the studio to do the chorus, to sing along the chorus with us for last time, and there's a part where it's building, and if you listen real closely, he kept this in the recording of Michael kind of guiding all the people that we had in the studio, riling them up, and I forget exactly what he says. He says, all right, he says something like, all right, and then you hear him say huge right before the whole chorus comes in for the last round of the chorus. So you listen real closely, you can hear that in the background. It's pretty fun. So here is Gone by Schocholautte. Enjoy.
That leaves you alone at the no sense in a heart, even through all the things that we learn. There's no proof that it can stay with anyone. I just see you, and then I see that you're gone. La da la da 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 la da da. La da 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 da. La da la da 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 la da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da
That was Gone by Schocholautte. It's all right, do it, kids. That was what he said in the background. How'd you feel about that
I'm
one?
sorry, man, but I don't want to say this. Like, I hate thinking about it, but you're absolutely right. Like, how this wasn't bigger than what it was is like beyond me. This is stuff that very easily could have been in, indie movies at the time, and I could have totally seen this on the soundtrack to a Zach Braff film or something. Like, this is really great stuff. It's not by any stretch of the imagination what I gravitate towards, but I listened to this. I thought our refreshments episode was a really great indicator of just how all over the place I can be.
Mm-hmm.
But this is such solid stuff. I feel your pain when you say, I really wished we could have been bigger. And, when you sit there and you listen to this stuff, look, I've said enough about the recording of this particular record. It's fantastic. The two minds coming together, probably, I think on a long enough timeline, if I were in this band and we were making another record, in this vein and stuff, I'd have said, no, we keep going back to Dean because this is the sound of the band.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think you guys, I think it was captured very well. The stuff is catchy. He's got everything comes together really well, right? Your bass player just sits in the cut so well. Like, he's so solid. And I love the tone of his bass, actually. I wouldn't play with it. It's not how I played, but it worked so well. Like, the three of you coming together just is great. And I mean, under the guidance of Mike, I'm sure it was just like, I could see absolutely why this was probably the most fun you've ever had in your life. Like you said, it's the most fun times ever.
Playing with this band was a blast. And Michael was really he had a specific vision, and this is this album was really it's very produced, you know what I mean? And he always had our live sounded pretty different from this. We were much more kind of crunchy and raw than this. You just reminded me of our South by Southwest trip was we played out of so we didn't get into South by Southwest, but we played South by Southwest, as in we all rented a van and we got a power inverter and we drove down to South by. We did like a tour on the way. Like, we hit a bunch of places, like we hit New Orleans and a couple of shows there and back. But when we went to South by Southwest, we found a corner, parked the van, plugged the power inverter into the battery, and plugged all the amps into that, and then just played a full loud show on the corner until the car battery died.
Jesus.
It was so much fun. It was that kind of nonsense that, like, I don't know how we didn't. I mean, I know how we didn't get picked up. Like, it's the matter. There's got to be so many bands like this, Like,
Yeah.
I honestly thought we had something special. We had pretty darn good chemistry working together, but yeah. Anyways,
listen, I have a similar story. So, you know, when my time comes, I'll probably be saying the same stuff.
So this next one is called Swimming Out. This is an extremely fun song. It was extremely fun to play, extremely fun to record, extremely fun to sing along to. Similar to Gone, it's got a, you know, nonsense chorus, as it were. But this one has some pretty, I guess, kind of sad undertones. If I remember correctly, Michael told me the term "swimming out" references somebody walking into traffic to kill themselves.
Wow.
This is I love this song for that reason, because it's like, it sounds really happy, but if you really listen to the words, it's kind of not. And then it's also kind of sort of hopeful. It's a very interesting piece of music, and also I don't know how to, I guess he's my cousin-in-law. His kids loved this song, and I remember after we recorded this album, and I gave them a copy, he sent me a picture of his two little kids singing along with this in the car, because that's the kind of chorus this song has. It's really one of my favorites. It's a wonderful, wonderful piece of music, and I love it to death. I hope you do too. Here is Swimming Out.
I feel bold and immaculate with my head high. I'm not looking for some perfect words to say, because they'll only wash away. I tried so hard to make her happy, but I feel like I'll never live up to the line she drew. It's something that I always knew I could never do. Here we go. Ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 ba. I was raised as a Catholic to obey my parents in a way I never could, but they never understood. Oh no. Well, I'm feeling oh so tired, and I'm feeling every need out there but mine. Sometimes I think I'll wake up and break the glass that's formed over my eyes. On the floor. Ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 ba. For the first time I won't fail. For the first time I won't fail. For the first time I won't fail. For the first time I won't fail, and now she'll know that she's been leading me nowhere, and I don't wanna go. For the first time I won't fail, and now she'll know that she's been leading me nowhere, but it's all that I know. For the first time I won't fail. For the first time I won't fail. For the first time I won't fail. On this blossom trail, don't you know that she's
I was swimming out by Schocholautte. Boy, that song gets me every time. I love that song so much. It's got all that. It's so outwardly joyous, but like kind of, it's got that underlying just little twinge of sadness underneath it that I think is just so perfectly brilliant. Michael was man, he was good at this. What do you think?
It's got that underlying melancholy.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is really, I love that sort of stuff in music. This was really good. I mean, I can't say enough good stuff about what I'm hearing, right? Like, again, the recording is just great. It's like record quality. Like, because, we went and we recorded and I listened back to it now, especially after, 15 or so, 20 years, whatever it is, with my engineer ears. And I'm like, this is definitely like an EP demo, like a high quality EP demo. What I listen to, what our stuff, not my stuff, but this was like shelf ready as far as I'm concerned.
That was the plan. That was the plan.
No, I get it, right?
There's a barcode on the CD and everything.
Huh? Did we barcode ours? I don't know. Mine's on the shelf. I'll have to go look for it. But regardless, this is your episode, not mine. I mean, look, catchy hooks all over the place. There's a lot of great musicianship. I love the choices in some of the drumming. Like, I don't necessarily love all the time the 4/4, just snare, hi-hat, and kick. And I like when drummers find little ways to take, simple stuff and kind of just jazz it up, for lack of a better term. It comes together really well. You guys really had something, like lightning in a bottle right there, I think.
Thank you so much. It's nice to hear. All right, well, this is going to be the last song off of a professionally recorded album, and then we're going to go to some somewhat live stuff, because that's what we got left to fill in the blanks here. But this last song was our ballad. This is called "Water on the Coast." This is a song that I actually had some musical input on. Sorry, I forgot actually real quick, in Swimming Out. If you go back and listen to that one, in that last bit right before the last chorus, you can hear Michael making engine sounds. like an engine revving up, because it's, the guy walking out into traffic or deciding not to walk out in traffic. I'm not really sure. The whole "For the First Time I Won't Fail." It's a very, very interesting song, and I know I've had a conversation with Michael about it in the past on what it really means, but I never really wanted to push too hard into finding out the real meanings for the songs, just because I thought they were so brilliantly open to a lot of interpretation. So I guess the mystery around that remains. But anyway, "Water on the Coast," very pretty song. And so at the end of this song, there's this kind of like, louder explosion-y kind of part towards the end of the song, and we were rehearsing it. And it was this really, it was like very, very eerie, like minor chords and really, really eerie sounding. And it was something that Michael liked to do a lot. We didn't get a lot of that kind of feel, I think, in these recordings at the studio, because I guess they were going for a more like radio ready kind of a thing. But we were rehearsing this one, and I always thought this song sounded so pretty and hopeful that I suggested that. I was always reluctant to suggest actual musical changes, because I'm just a drummer. I'm just a drummer. I'm not the songwriter here. But I felt strongly about that I really wanted to try this out, or changing the end of the song to major chords instead of minor chords. Added this just, I thought, extraordinary layer of beauty to it. And we tried it, and then Michael actually agreed with me, and I was like, yay, I did something. I contributed, besides being the drummer. And I've always been really proud of that. This is a really beautiful song, and playing the drums for it in the studio was interesting, because there's not a ton of drums towards the beginning of it. And we did this thing where he wanted me to play the snare with this very specific kind of weird cadence, and then he put this I don't know, some wacky effects on it to make it almost sound like waves, or like an engine cutting through waves or something. It's really interesting. But anyway, this is it's a little long one. It's a ballad. It's a slow number. Grab your favorite lady, have a dance. It's called Water on the Coast. It's the last song off of Oodles with Charm. Enjoy. that was Water on the Coast. Before I jump into the weird little things I wanted to say, what did you think of that one?
That's an album ender. If I've ever heard one, like that's at the end of the record, as far as I'm concerned. Unless you play me something.
That's what it was. That was the end of the record.
Boom, nailed it. No, look. This kid's brilliant. I mean, he knows how to write a song. There's nothing I could say that I haven't already said about what's on this record, right? Like it just comes together so well. Everybody's just batting 1,000, right? It's just banging on all cylinders, all those, idioms and stuff. It's catchy. It's what could have been, right? I don't want to keep doing that because in my episode I will just continue to do that. So, and I'm not here to make you feel any type of way, that you probably already haven't done for however long, right? But no, this is great. This is really great stuff. Again, not the band I would have been in, not the music I would have created, but it's absolutely fantastic music, and it's so just well put together.
Well, I will throw in a couple of fun factoids about this.
Yay!
So at the very end, after the completely unhinged part, and then it goes into the kind of pretty part where the little major chords, like kind of this just big relief. At the very end, the drum beat that I'm playing is directly ripped out of Starla by the Smashing Pumpkins.
Nice.
Just ripped it off wholesale. Just
all right.
Like, this is what I'm playing here. I don't care. And also during that entire ending sequence, it's definitely in the mix of all of those sounds because it's just this wall of sound, the whole end of that song. But part of it is one of two professional recordings I've done as playing accordion. My accordion stylings can be heard in the background there, which is pretty fun. The other one where I recorded accordion in a studio was with my friend John, who was in a band, who was kind of a solo act called Argyle Johansson. The song is called "Sunny Day in Hell," and it can be heard on the Californication soundtrack.
What, the TV show Californication?
Yeah, it's on. It was played. My accordion was featured somewhat in an episode of Californication, and the song is on the soundtrack. John has gotten, I don't know, very few royalties from it. Like, it was an extremely small amount of money. He offered to cut me in on it. I was like, dude, this was just fun. This is just a fun thing to be able to say. But yes, if you look for "Sunny Day in Hell" by Argyle Johansson, that's me playing accordion on that song.
That's so awesome. Congrats, dude. That's a lot of fun right there.
Yeah, it's pretty neato. All right. It's time to get into the madness here. So these next ones, the remaining 4 tracks are from live recording we did Soundcheck Studios. This was Soundcheck number 2. I don't remember exactly when this was. I want to say it was in 2009 to 2010, I believe, is when this actually happened. So I got 4 songs from this recording, none of which we actually properly recorded, which will always bug me, especially the last one. But yeah, so this next song is called "Panther Tattoo," and this is one that we used to like to open with this one, or just follow up something kind of slower with this song because it's got a really fun opening. This is one that was on the original Schocholautte EP, and I changed the drums up quite a bit for what the song actually wound up being in this recording. So this is what we sound like live for the most part, and I hope it's not too big of a step down from our studio stuff. And I hope the energy comes through as much as I remember it. So here is "Panther Tattoo." Enjoy.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go! We're gonna make a fair trade in the city. We're gonna give you our name and you're gonna be proud. We're gonna pave sad ways. tell you our names and you remember the sound. My baby hates California. I can't blame because I hated myself. LA, LA, no way, no place that I can see myself. My baby's been all over me. Yeah, I came from Florida myself. FLA, FLA, FLA. It's just like everywhere else. We're gonna be so sad, so sad, so sad. We're gonna be so sad, so sad, so sad. We're gonna be so sad, so sad, so sad. We're gonna be so sad, so sad. Hey, you know what we're gonna be? We're gonna be, yeah, we're gonna be. So sad, so sad, so sad, so sad, so sad, so sad, so.
That was Panther Tattoo by Schocholautte, played live at Soundcheck. So a couple of fun facts about that song. One of the things that we used to do early on when we played live, Michael would make these signs that would have just be like a weird demented skull on a stick, that people would wear as masks, and we would just give them out to the audience. And for this song in particular, there were these signs that said "so sad, so sad, so sad, so" on it, or "so sad, so sad, so sad" on it. And the way he wrote it, we didn't realize it until after one of the shows. Picked up one of the signs upside down, and the way he wrote it, it looks like pesos, pesos, pesos.
It's random.
So I don't know why we just thought it was so funny, and for some reason it just kind of stuck with us. And still to this day, when our kids do something ridiculous and are angry about the horrible injustice of having to brush your teeth, and one of us will just look at you and go, pesos, pesos, pesos,
Yeah,
it's
no, absolutely. I have a lot of those little weird in jokes too. None of them come from my band, but maybe. Actually, I don't know.
This never would have thought to see that written out like that. It was very, very amusing. But anyway, yeah, that's Panther Tattoo. It's a very fun song. We used to have a lot of ridiculous energy playing that one. I mean, it just gets really sloppy and fast towards the end. Usually by that point, Michael was standing on my drum set, and I was standing up behind it, just kind of thwacking away to the best of our ability. And that the manic nature of it was kind of part of the point. So anyway, what'd you make of that?
I mean, you keep playing good music for me. Good music that is consistent. You know what I mean?
It's got my backup vocals in there too. Can you hear me?
Yes, I wanted to, while listening to it, I said, that's Kris. That's absolutely Kris singing. So good for you, man. Backing vocals, Playing an instrument and singing at the same time is not easy.
Playing drums and singing at the same time is not easy. Playing drums and singing into a microphone that actually picks up your voice, now that's a true challenge. There was a song I really wanted to put in here called Skeletons that I think you would love. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty dark and relatively heavy song, but the way we recorded it, the only good recordings we had of it were live, and I kind of Michael and I harmonized with each other during the chorus, but my mic is so quiet that you can only hear him doing the kind of the backup harmony over the chorus, and it just doesn't sound right. It's a pretty sad thing that never got properly recorded, because that song is killer. But anyways, this next song I think you will also enjoy. This song is called Get Down. I'm the one who is yelling Get Down. It's, I don't know, I'd call it an uplifting song.
Even though it says Get Down.
It's the sentiment is I think it's pretty straightforward. I don't want to spoil it until you get to the actual bit there. There's a whole weird intro that we tacked onto the beginning here. So I don't know. We thought it was fun. I don't know if it's annoying, but anyway, it's a thing that's there that was fun for us to play. And then we get to the song proper. This was one of the coolest songs I think we had. It's got a really, really interesting energy to it, and a killer bass line. So yeah, enjoy Get Down.
You're looking good. Thanks.
What's the point if they don't know me so well? They never look to the left
this to follow. Those are the reasons to hold on, but there's nothing for around. There is no contact in life, there's no satisfaction in life. There is no feeling in death, there is no freedom in death. Oh, I die, oh, I die, oh, I die, oh, I die. You never want to die, the fool think otherwise. Oh, I die, oh, I die. There's no reason, there is no reason we're all still alive. There is no reason, there is no reason we're all still alive. So alive, so alive, so alive. But I don't see the reason for me. No, I was never asked permission to be. There were no documents to sign or registration to apply for. All I am is nothing that I can keep. Oh. Oh, I die! Oh, I die! Oh, I die! Oh, I die! It's never all gonna die. You're eating pie. What are you gonna buy? What are you gonna buy? There's no reason. There's no reason we're all still alive. There's no reason. There's no reason we're all still alive. Huh. You better trade out those work boots for dancing shoes. Oh, get yourself an ascot and be a lover. Ah! Get outside, I'm gonna put my foot down. 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 You put your left foot up, and you put it back down. And then you put your right foot up, and you put that back down. And you do that in a rhythmic motion, and it looks like dancing. Hi.
Oh, what'd you make of
that.
that one?
You do that in a rhythmic motion, and it looks like dancing.
Like dancing.
That's great. You know, again, I can't. I'm beating a dead horse here. Really, I mean, the talent is just the catchiness, the cleverness, the musicality, orchestration. It's all there. It's great stuff. This is really, really good stuff.
That part where we had to nail me playing the bass drum on the the 1 and the 3, and Artie playing the upbeats on the 2 and the 4 with the bass. That was really hard to nail down.
That's rough. Yeah,
that was really, really difficult for us to get absolutely right.
You have to like unlearn the 2 and the 4, and your instinct is to play, and that's
there were a great many rehearsals of just me and Artie doing that like over and over again until we finally got the hang of it. But God, that song was so much fun to play. That song was ridiculously good time. Just get down, we're all gonna die.
Speaking of ridiculous, your intro was very Black Sabbath.
Thank you.
I have expected you guys to break out into like Nativity in Black or something. And then it just reminds me how much I love Black Sabbath. So
well, that's good. Yeah, I what I'm hoping that this live bit gets through is that we were much heavier live than we were recorded.
Okay.
It was a lot of Michael did a lot of screaming, and we did a lot of high energy. Like our performances were, our live shows were definitely different from the feeling that we had the stuff that we recorded. Like we always kind of went for a much more energetic approach. But all right, so this next one, I wish with all of my heart that we could have done, gone back into the studio and recorded this song with Dean, because this song is, I think, is amazing. This song is called Orlando, or Orlando 1999. I think I always just refer to it as Orlando, but either way, this is I don't know, it's got something to do with Michael growing up in Orlando. I had a lot of fun writing the drums for this one. This was I got to come up with the wacky ass drum beat that I put together for this song.
So you're to blame.
So I'm to blame. Yes, I was inspired a lot by Up Here in My Tree by Pearl Jam was kind of like the basic impetus that was floating around in my head when I was coming up with this one. But this is another one that I had a really, really good time performing live. I've always been really impressed by this song. So anyway, here's Orlando. Enjoy.
Yeah, I know, but you're just trying to include you because you're being quiet. All right, after this, we're going to get in a circle and do the name game. And everybody has to come up with a word for their first initial of their first name. This is called Orlando.
How our lives would become obsolete.
by Schocholautte. What'd you make of that one?
You know, it's really hard for me to remember that I'm listening to music that my friend had a part in. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, my mind is kind of wandering as I listen to this, and I'm just totally forgetting that this is my friend's band. Like, I'm listening to it in a way that I would listen to the radio or, you know, something that I would have put on. It's so, like, strange. But and please understand that I don't mean that in like a negative way. It's just so well. Even this like live recording sounds really good. So
we practiced a lot.
I'd imagine.
Like
yeah,
a
I mean
lot.
we did too. So I mean, kudos. And I really hate that word. But I mean, truthfully, like you guys. This period of time for this band is just so great.
Yeah, I can't shake the feeling if we had done what we were doing like 5 years earlier, we would have been bigger. But I don't know, man. This song
it's tough. It's tough.
This song was so much fun. I loved this one a lot. Like I remember hearing the demo for it and just being like really inspired by it. And I just remember having a really good time working really hard on mastering that drum beat to go along with it, and I was always really proud of it. And we had a hoot playing it, you know. We just had a lot of fun. God, this band was so much fun. But yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for the high praise there. I know we worked super hard, but like, you know, I can only take the tiniest smidgen of a credit for it, because like this was. You know, this band was Michael through and through. It was like Michael and Haley's photography was such a big inspiration on it. It was like I was just really happy to be there.
I was just happy to be invited.
Yeah, I was just happy to be involved. All right, so we got one left, and like I said before, I wanted to do "Oh My Dear" as a good play up. I didn't have a good recording for it, so I did another one of my absolute favorite ones to record live. This is a pretty wild song. It's called "Spilled Milk." Also always really enjoyed the lyrics in this one, but this is another song that I had some sort of musical contribution to, which. I don't want to say exactly what it was because it's kind of an interesting style change. So I'll talk about it afterwards. But we used to use this song to teach people how to spell our name, which is unfortunately not at the beginning of this specific recording. But often when playing this song, we would do like a sing along while Artie would play. Artie would be playing the bass, and I would be playing the drum beat that the whole thing starts off with, and then Michael would lead a sing along where he would just be like, "All right, repeat after me, SCHO, SCHO, CHO," and like spell out the name of the band, and we go, "What's that spell? Schocholautte. What's that spell? Schocholautte." And then sometimes on the third one he'd say, "What's that smell? Schocholautte." And then we go into the song because I cannot overstate. Michael was such a good front man. He was so good at interacting with the crowd and interacting with me and Artie. Like he would just kind of coax these great performances out of Artie. He would jump up on top of my drum kit and play guitar solos while I'm playing, you know, just stand on my bass drum. He'd go down out into the crowd and have people. I remember at my wedding on our last show, he had my cousin's kid that was singing along in the car. He had him come up and like strum his guitar while he was playing it during the song. He was great with everybody. He was so good at this. It was ridiculous. But anyway, this is Spilled Milk. This is an extremely fun song to play live, and a bit stylistically different than our other stuff. So yeah, enjoy.
Yes, hit it, Captain.
come when I call, because this isn't like you at all. I'll wait, just like a pool on the floor. I'm gonna wait for you that I adore. And all good things will die, as all of your friendships will wave goodbye. When all those lovely days have all faded away, I will send you a greeting card with the reason why. Your face is just a line in your throat. You're looking just like a little deer inside a hunting coat. I met you here with my conscience clear. I'll never let nobody ever hurt those doe eyes. So I became the tree where you could hide, with all of the animals on the other side. But when I turn my back, you are a lumberjack, and I'm just a fool with a heart of milk spilled out from deep down inside. Nobody I couldn't live. You've got some skin so creamy, your face is sick like ice cream. But you're cold, but goddamn, you seem so sweet. I'm gonna miss you, sugar. I'm gonna miss you in the heat. 2, 3, 5, 8, go. Can you keep when you know none of the animals want to hear in their home? You never tasted great because you are a crawling snake, smooth and cold, cold-blooded, cold at other side my ice cream cone. I know you're cold, cold, I was really rough at the time, and with age you're gonna lose those dollhouse so you'll become a lonely man on a boat with a leather tan. And I've got a tattooed American greeting card spelled out for me from all the milk stains deep down inside. Oh, 2, 1, 2, 3, go!
Spilled Milk. It's a fun song. So the part that I kind of influenced was the middle section there where it all got kind of quiet. it kind of went a different direction before, and I suggested to Michael, like during one of the practices, like, you should make this the blues. And then he just started running with it, and it came out great, I thought. What did you think of that one?
Kris, I'm just repeating myself now. You guys really, I mean, so to Michael's, to speak about Michael for a second. I know what it is to work with someone who has the vision, and everyone else is kind of there helping support the vision and make it happen. He had a clear-cut vision, and I think this time period, and the reason I say is because we're not going to listen to the stuff that happened after you were not with the band anymore. So this time period for the group and everything it's like a level of perfection, honestly. And I hate to use the term perfection, but it really comes across like everything was in its place where it was supposed to be. You and Artie, absolutely not along for the ride, but definitely paddling said boat as well. You know what I mean? It's just
Michael
you guys
was definitely the ship captain, no question.
Yeah,
but we added our personalities to it.
Oh, absolutely! It's impossible to not. Like the only way I could ever imagine that being the thing is like if you're in Nine Inch Nails touring band, you literally play what Trent has written and that's it, and maybe you're like, hey, what if we extend this, another 4 measures? But for the most part, that's not really what ends up happening.
No.
You guys did a phenomenal job. Everything I've listened to really is, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I know you've thought it, like, this is really, truly radio quality stuff, but it should have and could have been in places with more accessibility to more people's ears.
I appreciate you saying that. I kind of lost track of what I was going to say there. Yep, it's gone. Whatever it was is completely left. That train has left the station. Oh, right. I was going to talk about you mentioned the stuff that came after my time, and I can't say that it wasn't good at what it was aiming for. It was just aiming for an extremely crunchy sound. It was a lot faster. The girl Kayleen who replaced me, I think was a much better drummer than me. I had to work really hard to do what I did in this band, and she was one of those drummers that just, it seemed so effortless to watch her do her thing. She was very, very good. It just was. It seemed to be coming from the music seemed to be coming from a place of anger, and I don't know if it was because Michael, he put everything he had into trying to make this band his career, like this is what he wanted to do with his life. And I mean, I firmly believed that he could, just because of how good he was at it. And I don't know if the follow-up Schocholautte album just came from a place of being angry that all the effort we put into it didn't amount to anything other than, our own personal satisfaction. I have absolutely no idea, but I just know that I wasn't too big on it, and since it wasn't part of my experience with the band, that's mostly why I didn't include it here. But that's still available on the internet, I believe. I think you can still find "I Hate You" on Bandcamp, I think, to listen to if anybody wants to go give it a shot. But all of this stuff has been all the stuff that I was involved in, except on YouTube. You can find a couple of fun recordings. If you search Schocholautte on YouTube, the way that we spell it, you can find some old performances of us playing in very strange places, which was fun. And looking at younger versions of myself with hair and. I was definitely in better shape back then because I was drumming all the time. It's a lot of exercise.
Don't even get me started.
But that wraps it up. That puts a pin in Schocholautte, which I thought was a fun way to celebrate this show's 1-year anniversary. So with that, Matt, why don't you go ahead and tell us what our next show is going to be about?
Oh, Kris, I can't be outdone. I can't allow you to do this. I have to bring my band into this.
You sure do.
For it to be a proper celebration. I have a feeling I'm going to have a fairly similar episode as you, when it comes to talking about a bunch of this stuff, because I feel the same way too. It was a lot of fun. That was a really fun part of my life. But next episode, we're going to listen to the music of Dudes of Doom.
Dudes of Doom.
There's no other way to say it. Trust me.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a suspicion that it's going to sound like the Doom soundtrack, but that's where my head cannon's at right now.
You mean your head scissors?
Oh, my head's callback.
Yeah, buddy.
That was a month ago for the people listening.
Yeah, that was an hour ago for us.
That it was. Oh boy! All right, this was a very fun trip down memory lane.
Absolutely.
So let's wrap this up.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. By the way, you had a great period of time there. I couldn't be happier for you. And really, it's one thing for us to bring to the table the music that we like, and it be kind of a little nerve-wracking to say, like, oh, I really like this, I hope you like it. It's a whole other level to bring the music that you helped create to the table. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for putting this in front of me, as always.
You're very welcome. All right, we here at Turning Tracks are incredibly grateful to everyone who listens, and we love communicating with you when we can, and we have a couple of ways you can do that. There's the Geekade Discord channel, in which we have a Turning Tracks chat, where we hope to discuss all manner of stuff related to music and whatever our next episodes are going to be. And of course, you can still send us an email at mail@geekade.com. While you're at it, please check out all our social media channels, which you should totally follow, like, and subscribe to if you haven't already. Turning Tracks and other Geekade podcasts are made possible thanks to the Geekade Patreon page. There, patrons can get access to a monthly podcast topic and recording schedule, get early access to most of Geekade's shows, including this one, and more. If you've enjoyed our podcasts over the years, follow the link in the description and give it a look. We really appreciate it. And finally, as always, be sure to check out all the other great content we have on our site over at geekade.com. We're going to leave you with a song that I love dearly. Michael would come up with demos near constantly, and this one really stuck with me. It's him just recording all by himself, and the song is called I Will Be Your Muffin. It's a great example of his range as a songwriter. This is a somewhat silly song, but it's also sweet, heartfelt, and still incredibly his style. I hope he's okay with me sharing it. We haven't really spoken in years outside of a few Facebook comments a few months back, and I didn't tell him or Artie that I was doing this episode because I guess I was nervous. I didn't really know how to bring it up, so I'm just kind of doing it. This has been a very fun trip down memory lane for me, to one of the most exciting times of my life, and if anyone else involved in the band over the years listens, I hope it is a similar experience for them too. So this is I Will Be Your Muffin. I love this song. There's a video recording on a tape in my house somewhere of Michael and I playing this in a van when we were on tour, just kind of like rehearsing it or something, because we did wind up playing this once or twice live, I think. And I think they did a version of this on the I Hate You album that's like super heavy, and there's something just really, really special about this specific recording of this song. So yeah, I hope you like it. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we will see you next time for Dudes of Doom. Freaking excited. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Now we've grown into our sadness. Yeah, we can make ourselves more comfortable with being poor and feeling tragic, with having nothing but the things we know. No, it won't be like this forever. So let's enjoy it while we're feeling low, and celebrate our new depression, and dress it up, make it so beautiful. City. Yeah, I'm a poor man, but I'm not alone. I've got some friends that care about me. I don't know why, but I don't need to know. I've got a girl, we're getting married. We got a kitchen that we painted gold to match our optimistic outlook of what we want to know, the places we'll go. with you. I want to leave the world with you. Blueberry muffin, really crunchy on top, so soft in the middle. I will make sure it's sweet and make sure it's healthy, so you can stay with me and grow old eating breakfast. I will be your apple for muffin with a protein and iron and comfortable living. I will make sure you want me and make sure you love me when we're staying home and growing old and eating breakfast. I will be your cranberry muffin. I will read you poetry that I made in the oven. I will treat all your needs with patience and caution and make you laugh when we're old and eating breakfast. Baby, let's go tonight. Let's stop wondering what that feels like. Oh, you and me, let's keep each other together. We can change our plans, but we can't change the weather. No, no. To mean the world to you. I want to be alone with you. I want to leave the world with you. I want to mean the world to you.